You used to do concerts.
We're going crowd surfing!
I can't. He's too heavy. Oh my god. Ah.
Or D, just roll with it.
Woo! Justin! Look at us! We're over here!
Justin! OMG! He just looks... I love you, Justin! I love you!
When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers. But that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
This hour of The Blitz is brought to you by Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Online at FlemingHSV.com. Welcome to the evolution of sports radio.
You see, in this industry, just like in life, everything evolves.
Call 256-576-4977 to make your audible for The Blitz.
That man is playing Galaga. Thought we wouldn't notice, but we did.
It's the Afternoon Blitz. Here are your hosts, Smokey, Captain Cool, and the Bandi Man.
Hello and welcome into a Tipsy Tuesday here in No Man's Land. Welcome to the Afternoon Blitz on the Tennessee Valley Blitz Sports Radio Network. I'm your host, Captain Cool.
Oh my goodness! It's
Captain Cool. Someone lose a grenade? Oh yeah, they did. Make sure you guys find us online at theblitzsportsradio.com, on Facebook at the Blitz Sports Radio, and on Twitter at the Blitz_sports. And while you're at it, make sure you guys are following us on Twitch and YouTube at WZZN TV for more than just sports talk. You get to watch me be dressed up in different outfits every single day. Today I'm rocking my 70s look with the mustache. Did not bring in the glasses because I wanted to whip them out on a more special occasion. Maybe a Funky Friday or something like that. That sounds like something. I'd wear those nice orange glasses with the orange shirt with the collar. It's just, I love this look. Okay, I love it. I don't get to whip it out too much, and even though you guys don't get to see it while you're driving your cars, if you're chilling at home, WZZN TV, watch the stream, hang out with us. It's just like you're having a bunch of friends over, and that we're all talking about sports. And if you want to join in on any of the conversations today, call us at 256-576-4977, or you can create an audible, call us at the same number, bring up your own topic, and we'll talk about it. This first hour is presented by Fleming Roofing and Restoration, the people that'll show up, get the job done when you need them to, okay? The winter's about to be cold. It's already very cold out today. I don't even think it's going to break 51. And yeah, I was freezing. So make sure your guys' house is straight up insulated, straight up has a roof on the top, and it looks nice while doing it. You're live hanging with the chillest crew in sports radio. To my left, the one, the only, Bandi Man Bailey Lowry.
How is it going? Like you said, Tipsy Tuesday.
Oh yeah.
I'm feeling good. And after the, oh my gosh, Monday Night Football game that was last night.
Yet again.
The Broncos. My God, they're bad.
Dude, we get a bunch of those games, and, you know, it's finally about time to know no more. Okay, no more Broncos, please. Thankfully, we get to wait until week 14, I believe, for the Broncos playing primetime again. But, yeah, last night, another just show out of Broncos have a decent defense, good enough to stop teams from getting into the end zone, but their offense is so bad that they can't get into the end zone themselves. But at the end of the day, they scored enough points, but not enough to beat the Chargers.
Right.
16-19, Broncos lose. That one moved to 2-4, while the Chargers moved to 4-2. It was an interesting game, but yeah, it was another one of those that you kind of hop on for a second. You see that the Chargers aren't blowing out the Broncos, and then you kind of just click away. Because that's what we want to see. We want to see the Broncos get just blown out. Because I'm tired of these boring games. I want one of the teams to just show that the Broncos are not that good, but the defense is good enough to hold these teams to two close games. So it's whatever. I mean, you know, if you like to enjoy it. But I wasn't one that enjoyed it.
It's a weird combo. It's like you got a good enough defense to stop a lot of the offenses in the NFL relatively effectively.
Yeah.
But at the same time, your offense isn't good enough to score against most defenses.
Yeah.
In the NFL.
Yeah.
So it's a weird combo.
Yeah, a lot of close called games. I gotta admit, low scoring, and I mean, let me just check out exactly what the scores have been in their games real quick. Okay, so week 1, all right, we got the Broncos, we got the Seahawks. All right, this was primetime football right here. 17-16, Broncos lose that one. So under 20 points. Okay. Move on to the next one. Broncos Texans. Broncos get the win there. Okay, 16-9, under 20 points. Broncos versus 49ers, 11-10, well under 20 points. And then we get the Broncos versus the Raiders. This one had a little bit more scoring. Okay, there was 32-23. Good for them. And then the next game, Colts Broncos, 12-9. Broncos lose that one. And then last night, 19-6, under 20 points, both teams. It's ridiculous. It's only like the Raiders are the ones that have cracked the code of this team. But it's whatever. While we're talking about this reliable defense, we might as well just bring in our reliable producer, the one, Smokey Mike Honcho.
Hello, boys.
Hey, Smokey.
It's kind of curious seeing these Bama people out here nowadays.
Talking about the Twitter sphere.
And not just the Twitter sphere, the social media, all in general.
For sure.
I mean, I see it on Facebook last night. I'm good, like, ooh, what is happening here?
Googly moogly.
You guys don't understand how to take a loss? Some of you guys have not understood what it's like in the Shula and Dubose years, guys.
Yeah, it's funny because seeing the Alabama fans go to Facebook and Twitter and be like, oh, the refs, all this other stuff, which there were some questionable calls, but it's like...
like I said, it was a poorly officiated game.
But
very poorly
From
officiated.
what we see every single time there's a good game that's going on and the team that you wanted to win didn't win the game, you're going to blame the officials, you're going to blame all this random bull crap, and that's exactly what Alabama fans are doing. It's exactly what Tennessee fans would be doing if that was the case, if Alabama won that game. It's just something that happens to all fan bases, and then they go, and you hate to see it because I'm not one to talk about it, okay? I'll say Roll Tide before the game on my Twitter, and then I'll move on, and if they lose, okay, I might bring up some sound arguments, okay, but just constantly battering the refs is that's like the easy in to out move. You're just like, you don't know exactly all what went wrong for the team, and you don't want to blame Alabama, the team, so you just blame the refs, because a lot of these people don't know too much about sports, and they just want to say the refs because that's the easiest thing to say. It's how it is. But continue with talking about this because it is an interesting subject.
Well, it's the people down in Tuscaloosa that are really the
hardcores.
The sports media down in Tuscaloosa really bringing out, like, did the referee celebrate this Vol touchdown as he's like pumping his fist or doing a gun show or something? If you're checking us out on Twitch or on YouTube, you can see Captain Cool demonstrate the motion.
It's almost exactly what I just did. It was a little less head shake, but it was like... We got breaking news, everybody.
We got breaking news.
Breaking news?
From 10 minutes ago, the NFL and Amazon have just announced that Prime Video will be streaming a Black Friday game the day after Thanksgiving in 2023. It will be the first Black Friday game ever.
What the heck does that even mean?
Look at Bandi stealing my breaking news thunder. I was actually going to bring that out.
Oh. I liked the sounder, too.
But hey, give me the breaking news. I got more breaking news.
Oh. Hold on. It's loading again.
We got more breaking news, everybody.
Something is coming back for the World Series this year, as it's just been announced today. That if you see somebody steal a base, you steal a taco.
Oh, okay. Wow. Do you actually get to go and steal a taco?
Well, Taco Bell will be giving away free nacho cheese Doritos Locos tacos if any MLB player steals a base in the World Series.
Wow. And so it's not just in certain areas, it's everywhere.
Everywhere.
Wow.
Yes.
That's a lot of free tacos, but I mean they are pretty cheap to make. So just give them.
This year also you could get, if you get Taco Bell rewards, which I think D Squared from that does the morning show,
of course,
has that. He could get his free taco that very same evening.
Nice, dude. He's got the Taco Plus subscription. I don't know. There's just so many subscription services that I wouldn't be surprised if there was one.
Well, I mean, not just him, but many other people have their Taco Bell stuff. So if you get, and one of those things that I do, I just randomly go on an app and get the free bit that they'll give you for downloading the app, and then I uninstall the
Yeah,
app.
two
there you
cinnamon buns or whatever they're called, the cinnamon rolls.
Two.
Not one.
I'm pretty sure Chick-fil-A gives you like a free box of nuggets.
Yeah, it's something like that. And then Wendy's is like a free like.
What's that freezy? What's the
Frosty.
Frosty, yeah. They give
Yeah.
you a free Frosty. They're very cheap in the first place, but either way, it's whatever. But,
So we're not really losing too much.
by the way, well, do you have to say something important? Because I was going to bring up a topic that wasn't that important, more of a podcast
I
topic.
was going to say you can follow us on Twitter. I'm Everett Scholar. You are at CPTCool420. Bandi's at BLarry2016. And the station is at the Blitz_sports, where we'll have Bo Estes coming up from NBA TV and NBA.com at 2:25, which is going to be real interesting. Seeing that nice teardrop as in my ear right there. I guess I don't know what the hell that was.
That wasn't me.
Did somebody hear a teardrop?
Was it like a...
Yeah.
I accidentally made a sound. I'm going to go back and see if I can hear that in the recording because that's hilarious.
It
just
sounded like a teardrop.
weird sounds come out of his mouth.
Damn,
okay?
tears go down. But it's going to be real interesting because he knows your old man pretty well, and he goes in each and every year, and Bo's the Tom's regular for the NBA talk, but since it is NBA opening night, and Tom ain't going to talk NBA,
No.
I stole him.
That's fine. That's fine. And like Tom, I don't talk about NBA, so I'm going to just be sitting and just bringing up what I know about the NBA, guys. I really need to get up on my researches, by the way.
Well, you got some time.
I do.
Yeah.
That
So-
and hockey. I got to get back into a hardcore.
Hockey.
Moving over to my question to you guys, since we brought up a little bit of chicken nuggets. I have a question. Okay. Out of all the fast food chicken nuggets, what ones are your favorite?
Chick-fil-A.
Now, Nugs, I'm including boneless wings with this.
You can do that.
Okay.
That's because boneless wings are glorified nuggets, and if you try and say anything different, you're wrong.
That's why I wasn't going to deny it. That's why I was going to deny it.
Yeah, I don't know. I've always counted them as like just chicken tenders.
I
And
will say, now that we've got a Wingstop on South
I knew he
Parkway,
was going to bring up Wingstop. He brings it in almost every week.
well, they got 70-cent wings on Monday and Tuesday.
That's a pretty good deal. Bailey, you think we should go and get some Wingstop?
That's a pretty good deal.
I've also tried to talk to some people.
Yeah. How much? Well, are the Wingstop wings your favorite?
I would
Nuggets?
say it's pretty up there because at least with the new restaurant, they're coming out fresh. I know some people have had some bad Wingstop issues with raw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wingstop do be hit or miss.
Yeah, I know, right? But that's one of them with the Louisiana rub. Like, you got to get the Cajun rub going on there. And speaking of Louisiana, Popeyes.
Okay. I've never had Popeye's chicken nuggets.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, you've had at least Popeyes before.
I've
right?
had Popeye's chicken sandwich because I had to review it. A little underwhelming. Maybe because it was overhyped, in my opinion.
You haven't had, like, Popeyes chicken in general?
I'm not a Popeyes dude. Like, I just don't go to Popeyes. I don't think about fast food and go to Popeyes, you know?
Yeah.
Go next time you go to Popeyes, get some Cajun Sparkle.
Okay, I'll get some
Thank
of that.
me later.
I'll get some of that Cajun Sparkle. It sounds like some drug that I'm not supposed to intake. So you say Chick-fil-A, though, Bandy, right?
Yeah, for chicken nuggets, yeah.
Yeah, I might have to agree.
If we're counting boneless wings, I don't know. Wingstop is up there.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, like, fast food. So if not Wingstop, you're going with Popeyes.
Who?
Well, you guys, I have a lot of questions that I can ask you that might just end up in silence and us just saying, ooh.
Yeah. No. You know what? Hell, damn, man.
It's tough.
Whataburger actually has some solid chicken.
Really?
Whataburger?
Yeah.
That's funny.
No, their chicken is actually pretty damn good.
I can attest to that because the only time I ever had Whataburger, guess what I got?
Chicken.
A Whata chicken sandwich. Damn straight, dude. It tasted like something you get at a ballpark or at your school. It was all right. I mean, it was just a flat little chicken, but it was fine.
Or at your school.
Yeah, I mean, you know those flat patties you get, those chicken patties.
Hey, man, don't knock on the spicy chicken sandwiches at the a la carte over there in the school.
I won't, man. I know some people get them good. I just I didn't get them good. I had them good, and then they took them away, and then they brought something back that looked reminiscent of the previous chicken sandwiches. But then all the chicken that was on the crispiness, it all just peeled off so easily. So it wasn't my vibe. But I'd say Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets too. I mean, they're just unbeatable.
I know. See, I've never had one from the a la carte in the cafeteria. I've had one thrown on me.
Thrown on you.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. So we had a giant food fight I believe like junior year.
I had one my senior year, and
Wow.
I don't know if you guys know Grissom High School or anything like you. Doubtful or anything, but
Go Browns.
They had the a la carte where the spicy chicken sandwich, but then inside you had your regular lunch line, and then you had another line that was a pasta line.
Yeah.
That you had your marinara sauce and your cheese sauce, and you work with it. When we knew that was going to happen, about 75% of people went to the pasta.
Oh, so many messy like shirts, and it just ruined clothing. Ugh. It should be like, hey, yo, the sauce it's off limits. Okay, don't throw the sauce. But tell us about your.
Well, I
little...
just had to go back to my locker at the football complex and grab another shirt from there.
Good thing they're not a private school that has uniforms, because that would be a lot of people at the dry cleaners. But Bandi, what is your food fight experience, real quick, and then I'll get into what we were talking about.
So I'm not entirely sure how it started. But I just remember sitting on the left side of the cafeteria, and I think someone threw a sandwich, and then just all hell broke loose.
That's how it starts.
Like, it just absolutely just went bananas in a matter of seconds. And what happened, I didn't see it coming, but I just felt something hit the side of my face. And what it was just slid down. It was just ketchup in a chicken sandwich.
He was the first man in. It was like first blood.
So what I did, I grabbed it off, slung it, and then tucked my lunch and ran.
Yeah, he just got out of there and ate his lunch in peace.
Yeah, I just ducked it and ran.
Jeez. Well, it always starts with a chicken sandwich or a burger slowly flying through the air. Everybody's looking at it, and then like once it hits the ground or somebody's face, Bandy's face, we're going to all just start throwing it. We're just going to start throwing, and that's usually how it starts.
I like to think I hit somebody, but I have no idea.
He just chucked it and ran, man. He ducked and ran. But let's get into the news, guys. Let's get into the news. Today is a Tipsy Tuesday, October 18th, 2022, and here's what you need to know in the Blitz today. Jasir Taylor, okay, cornerback for the Chargers, may have done one of the highest I'm like starting off, and I just like had these questions, and then I was just like instant just blubber. Okay. Well, either way, he did one of the smartest plays in probably NFL that I've seen in a long time. Okay, last night during the game, I don't know if you guys got to this point in the game because it was later. It was in overtime. He helped force a muffed punt. Okay, if you guys watch this, he pushed the defender into the punt returner, who was calling a fair catch, and the punt returner fell over, ball rolled, Chargers jumped on the ball, helped them get to a nice little field goal to finish off that game, and it was not a penalty. And it's one of those things where you don't think about it too much, but you can come in contact with the defenders and push them into the players. This is like that type of rule where if the ball gets kicked to you, okay, on a kickoff, and you touch it, but your feet go out of bounds while the ball is still in bounds, it's a penalty for the kicking team. So it's one of those, like, you got to really know the game to be able to do it. And I think with Taylor, he kind of just pushed the guy because he was, maybe just wanted to get a little physical, and he might have done it on accident. He might have done it on purpose. Either way, it led to some amazing field position, and the Chargers kept the ball after that little punt, were able to finish off the game, and people were able to go home to their families, okay, because, geez, it's another one of those games.
How about Dustin Hopkins, man?
How about him? Yeah, what about him?
What a trooper, man!
Yeah. What about him?
Having to put that sleeve on there to make sure that his hammy was all nice and
warm.
Oh,
with the kick. Oh, yeah.
Like he's going through injury right here, and then dude comes out and pulls out 13 points, helping me win some money. And actually, by the way, speaking of that, you know how I mentioned Obweckwam or whatever the heck it was as my Denver? Mm-hmm. I had to swap it. He wasn't listed on the on the roster.
So who'd you go with?
So I swapped it out and made I can't believe I made Danger Russ the captain.
Jeez.
But it also got me Eckler, Herbert, Cortland Sutton, and Jesus, Cortland Sutton. 3.4 points. But it also gave me a nice value play for $200. $200. Dulcich, the tight end I replaced.
Yeah.
And he got himself a nice little first-time TD.
Good stuff.
Yes.
Good stuff.
It was very nicely done, and so winning $3 off of $1.
Nice. I think the whole Dustin Hopkins thing was very cool, by the way. He was kicking. How many? Was he injured going into the game, or he got injured during the game? Because again,
he was injured going into the game.
Okay, yeah. So he was just kicking, and he was in a lot of pain. I saw the last 2 kicks that he had. One was the game winner. One was going into overtime. He fell down, and I was like, oh geez. And then the next one, it was just so cool because I saw it on the highlights after I got back from the gym, and he fell down, and everybody was just like, ah! It doesn't even matter that he was injured and that he might have hurt himself a little bit more. He might have, but I think it's just a super heroic moment from him. And moving on from the Chargers game, we found out a little bit more football drama from over the weekend about why Mitchell Trubisky, was benched during the halftime against the Jets a few weeks back. Turns out Deontay Johnson confronted the QB about a lack of targets to Johnson, and the two got into a little bit of a scuffle, a little bit of an argument. Nothing physical, but they were talking, they were, butting heads and stuff like this. And this led to Mike Tomlin switching the quarterbacks, so we got to see Kenny Pickett's entrance into the NFL, playing real games at least, and then he went on to throw 3 interceptions while also completing 10 out of 13 passes. So I mean, those 3 interceptions, but he's a little bit more consistent than Mitchell Trubisky. And then due to Pickett's injury from this past weekend's game, Trubisky will get to lead the team against the Dolphins this weekend, which should be an interesting one, I will say. Okay, and Tua Tagovailoa, by the way, he is questionable right now. He could play. He could not play. We'll find out that this weekend because it's going to be a last-minute decision. All right, moving on. The Titans plan to create a $2.1 billion dome football stadium.
I've heard some things.
Yeah?
I'm loving this.
Yeah?
I'm loving it.
You're going to have to tell me all the interesting stuff at least.
Well, you could talk to the one I'm hearing it from Friday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because, they had the Titans president on his show yesterday.
Yeah, I was definitely going to ask him about this stuff. Joe Hunk, by the way.
Yeah, Joe Hunk for 104.5 Nashville. But he knows a little bit of extra, so we could ask him off air.
Super cool. And now this whole domed stadium has kind of been talked about. It's rumored and stuff. I didn't want to tell you guys until it was almost fully through. But it's going to be set to host Titans games as well as possible Super Bowls and national championships in the future, which is going to be awesome because it's super close to us here in Huntsville as well as me in Tennessee. But I'm going to move down here anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And then also speaking... Oh, wait, well, actually, Nashville's Metro Council is the only group in the way, okay? They're the only guys that really have to say go on this project, so we're looking forward to that. But speaking about the Titans, okay, former tight end Delaney Walker has officially retired after 14 seasons where he had 504 receptions for 5,888 yards with 36 touchdowns. A solid career by that man. I'll give him a little clap. I've always liked him. He started his career back in 2006 with the 49ers. And, whenever he was on the Titans, that's when I finally, really realized who he was. And I thought he was absolutely goated. Okay. And, moving on. Now, this is not in sports, and this would be in the cool segment, but I'll have the NFL recap for you guys. But Mischief, a company known for crazy products, including the Devil and also Heaven sneakers, which are, take it with what you want. They're a little controversial, but they're still kind of cool. Also, the fake money block that was popular on TikTok as well as just social media in general. It looked like money that didn't render into a game. And as well as the Gobstopper shoes that I talked about a few weeks ago that looked more and more like a Gobstopper the more it got worn down. But now, Mischief's coming out with the new shoe, in the form of the AC1s. Almost reminds me of the AC 130 above, but it's not that, okay? And these are actually styled to look like orthopedic boots.
Oh.
Yeah, and they actually look pretty cool. It may be a little bizarre, because I love to throw that in there. But I actually really dig them. They remind me of the Nike Mags from the Back to the Future movies, and I got to say, guys, I want them. Right now they're on StockX for like $400. I'm not going to get them right now. They're probably only going to go up in price, but they are really cool. I wouldn't mind repping these things just because it's goofy and also they look pretty comfortable. Okay, I mean, they're orthopedic boots. They're just not, if you actually break your leg, you don't actually wear these because they're not made for that. And then later on in the show, Bandi will be talking about a new I almost said MMORPG, a new mobile RPG coming to the Mortal Kombat franchise, question mark? Tanks being OP in Overwatch 2, a Resident Evil event that's on Thursday, and some Gotham Knights info from the game that'll be coming out this Friday. Super excited about all that talk, and make sure you guys don't touch the dial, because when we come back, you'll get to learn about all that information with the E-Play-by-Play with the Bandi Man. You're listening to... Huh? What? He's first.
Yeah, we did What's Cool
3.
first yesterday.
We have...
Bo's next.
Oh, we actually. All right,
Bo's
boys. We got Boaz for
on.
NBA TV as well as NBA.com.
Look, I don't need you to be a Cubama guy right now, all right? I need you to be the host.
I'm going to sip on my water. You guys listening to the Afternoon Blitz.
It's the geometry teacher who mans the ticket window.
It's the kid in grade school who paints her face blue and white before every home game.
It's the accountants and salesmen and store managers who give up their Friday evenings to referee.
It's the graduate who listens to the league championship game on the internet.
It's the parent who sells ads in the school athletic program.
It's the cashier at the corner convenience store who wears school colors on every game day.
It's the trainers, equipment managers, and ball boys who never miss a practice.
What makes high school sports here in Alabama so special? They do.
You do.
We all do.
High school sports. It's the we that every community needs. This message presented by the Alabama High School Athletic Association and the Alabama High School Athletic Directors and Coaches Association.
The tech show's on this month. You know, I was thinking of looking at home security systems.
Oh, cool. I'll go with you. We're looking for more home security ideas, too. That's why I called Budget Blinds.
Budget Blinds?
Look at this.
A remote for the blinds.
Yep, motorized.
Okay, well, that's beyond cool. I love it. But what does it have to do with home security?
Oh, they also come with a timer. The blinds and drapes open themselves in the morning, close in the evening.
Oh, so it looks like somebody's home even when you're not.
Exactly, and I saved a bunch of money. Sally saved a bunch of money.
Ha, but you'll take the credit.
Yeah.
My brother, the tech genius.
Thanks, man.
Now, give me that remote.
Budget Blinds motorized window coverings are the ultimate in luxury, and during the Luxury Within Reach event, they're even more affordable. The more you buy, the more you save, with savings up to $2,000. Hurry and call 855-BUDGET-BLINDS now before this offer ends, or go online to budgetblinds.com. Don't miss out. Call 855-BUDGET-BLINDS now. Offer good on select products at participating independently owned and operated franchises. Restrictions may apply. Ask for details.
This is Wes Neighbors with Philip with Eagle Insulation, and we have an announcement to make.
Yes, Wes, we are now Eagle Masonry and Insulation. Still a place to call for your installation needs, but now we offer masonry services.
What kind of masonry projects can you handle?
Wes, no job is too big, no job is too small. We can do renovations, new construction, outdoor fireplaces, fire pits, brick landscape borders.
Well, when you came out to my house, you did both the insulation and masonry at the same time. You guys did rock for me, you did brick for me, and you insulated my house. That's usually done at the same time that you're building a house.
Absolutely. It really capitalizes on two services you need at the same time, and you can get one company to handle both of those.
Philip with Eagle Insulation will come out, do your installation. He'll do your masonry. They do a great job. They guarantee your work. Check out more online at insulatedwitheagle.com and schedule your free examination today. 256-755-1556.
Thanks, Wes.
This hour of The Blitz is brought to you by Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Online at FlemingHSV.com.
How long does it take to get to the forest?
That's not far.
What are we gonna do? Hike?
Sure.
Are we there yet?
Yep, it's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. Visit discovertheforest.org, brought to you by the Ad Council and the U.S. Forest Service.
And welcome back to the Afternoon Blitz, everybody. On the Tennessee Valley Blitz Sports Network. I'm your host, Bandi Man Bailey Lowry, joined on my right by Captain Cool John Abraham.
What's up, guys?
And kept on the air by our always reliable producer, Smokey Mike Honcho.
Yo.
You know what? So
just to let y'all know, we are efforting Bo Estes right now, so we are going to, as we like to call, an audible.
We're gonna pull an audible and go into the E play-by-play.
Are we going straight into it? We're just gonna.
I guess. I mean, you kind of set me up pretty well in the last segment.
Wait. You can't even like set anything up.
I mean,
for, like,
I guess
2 seconds?
I did.
I tried to do it slower. You did set me up pretty well with because again, we're having like the Resident Evil showcase, Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, that's what I was waiting for.
There we go. Because we are having the Resident Evil showcase. Mortal Kombat's getting an RPG on phones.
Wow.
And you know what? We also have the teaser for the next Sims project. That's all coming up here on the E play-by-play.
Perfect that time.
Time to catch up on esports with E-Play-by-Play with the Bandi Man.
Oh, but first, before we get into all of that, we're going to take a quick detour into the Valorant scene as reportedly the next patch has been leaked, or at least details about the next patch have been leaked on Twitter, and it turns out, Cypher mains, you have been untouched for very long. Your hero or your agent or your champion or legend or whatever it is in Valorant now, they haven't really been touched in a while.
Same.
So guess what? Cypher buffs are coming.
Woo! Cypher!
Cypher. Honestly, the OG Sentinel, the one that really kind of defined what really a controller was with setting up cameras and setting up traps around a point.
Yeah.
It's finally getting some love after really a lot of agents have come out in Valorant's lifespan that have really kind of made Cypher, I wouldn't say bad overall, just kind of obsolete in a way.
Overlooked, yeah.
Overlooked. It's like, kind of why play Cypher when another agent does what Cypher is trying to do, but better.
Yeah, I agree with that. And it's kind of like how Sojourn and Soldier 76 are. Soldier 76 has his little healing thing, but at the same time, Sojourn just deals so much more damage. And they are very similar, but, you know, you're going to pick that new character that, you know, does the new stuff. So
yeah, the new stuff.
New stuff.
All of this is the new stuff to me from what I'm hearing.
See, that's what I kind of like about Sojourn, though, and Overwatch 2, because it feels like if you want that Soldier 76 kind of style or that typical FPS kind of style, it's got like the slide movement and the slide jump of typical like Apex or heck, I could even say like Warzone now, because it looks like every like Warzone highlight I see, they just really want to play Titanfall 2.
Yeah, I think it's funny though. Well, I'm just gonna get in here this conversation.
It's a common joke,
but it's like the slide. It's like it takes it to an extreme. It's literally like everybody does the slide cancel. Everybody does the slide. That's literally what it is. You can slide and you can jump like extremely high. That's exactly what it is. It's funny.
But it's kind of weird in that Soldier 76 is still a hit scan, and what that means is that whatever you aim at and you click your mouse or you pull the trigger on your controller, you're gonna hit it. Like you're gonna shoot what you're aiming at. But with Sojourn, they're projectiles, so that they actually have a little bit of travel time, and that they're not gonna go exactly where your crosshair is going if you're moving or something. So it takes a little bit more training to kind of aim with her, and especially her railgun, like right click,
love it,
crit. Oh my goodness,
so much fun.
No, I have been so I'm an Ana main on Overwatch 2.
Yeah.
My goodness, I have been picked off so many times by that railgun crit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I agree.
I mean, it's a powerful tool, and I mean it's hard to land. I played like a little bit of Sojourn like in deathmatch when we're warming up. It is hard to land that thing consistently. So if you're able to get it like relatively, I would say like 50% of the time, I mean, props to you.
Yeah, I have fun playing her, and when I first actually got on the game Overwatch 2 after like the hour wait that I had, playing as her, I actually did very well, and a lot of the times I didn't understand how the railgun worked, so I just randomly clicked it at times, but I was still aiming, you know, the way I do. I'm pretty decent on controller, so whenever I aimed, I just clicked the button and it just shot the people right in the face. I was like, wow, that was sick. so satisfying.
It's really satisfying to hit a flick railgun with it. But there's another little problem with Overwatch 2, and that it seems like tanks are a little too strong.
Oh.
Tanks might be, and that
you don't say, do you?
Yeah, because Orisa, Zarya, Zarya especially.
I know.
I say my goodness a lot, but really, my goodness, this character cannot be killed.
That's the one with the glowing staff, right?
Yes.
Yeah, she just completely has a ball over her quite a lot of times.
I killed her last night.
Oh, well, props to you, because every Zarya I run into is getting pocketed by a Mercy with the bubble around her.
Yeah.
And if you shoot her shield, like, it gets stronger and she can, like, resist more and do more damage from it.
It's not fun.
Oh, you know what I love doing with that one?
What's that?
Generally, I'll be like, Roadhog.
Roadhog.
Exactly. There it is.
Here.
I do the get over here. They don't do the shield no more. Then boom.
I didn't really see the extent of it until my friend Thomas played Zarya, and we were like in a stacked 5-man, just going on the quick play, and he hit a graviton. For one, I was just like popping him with shots from Ana from afar, just never letting him die, and hit a graviton. I throw Ana's grenade in there, which means they can't heal and are getting debuffed, and the whole team just got deleted. It was...
They just disappeared.
Like that.
When are we going to play, guys? You're talking about getting in queues with people. I'm just like, I'm trying to get in a queue tonight with you guys.
Hey, I got in last night. I got a little...
Let me know. We got a group chat, guys.
Well, text us when you're on.
Yeah.
Fine.
I mean, you friended me on the Xbox.
I did, didn't I?
So you could see that I'm playing.
Yeah. I just got to get more time on my hands.
Now, I will say, if y'all play with me, y'all are both on Xbox, right?
Yes, sir.
Bandi, you just mainly go off a PC, don't you?
Right. So what's going to happen if I end up in a group with y'all? So aim assist won't be a thing for y'all.
It's fine. I have mine completely off.
You have aim assist off?
Yeah. So I learned. I learned how to do it, and then I also was told to have the sensitivity all the way up, and then I learned that all the way up is a little much for me. But this is when I first started playing Overwatch, and I started getting into it.
I haven't changed any one of the settings.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the generic standard is.
You probably won't notice it. If you play Roadhog, you'll be fine.
You might notice it a little bit because with aim assist off, it gets a little rough. I learned that the hard way first time I played.
Well, let me ask you boys, since the one thing that really the one thing I really am hampered with Overwatch is I would like to know what type of exact battle I'm going into first and foremost. Like if it's the capture the land or the robot or whichever one it is, because then I could be able to choose my character a whole lot better.
Yeah, well, it says before the game starts, it says either defend or it says just like to go to the thing. So you kind of know a little bit, and once you start playing a little bit more, when you see which map you're going to, you'll know exactly what you're going to be doing.
So, but it's just like, all right, the capture or like the whole takeover.
Yeah, the whole area.
That's like I'm making sure I'm Roadhog on that one.
Yeah.
That is a Roadhog, but then like I get the robot one where you got to push the escort, or then you get the escort payload and all that. I'm leaning more towards Widowmaker nowadays.
Okay, that's actually not bad.
It's weird because the way it is in Overwatch 2 right now, there are some tanks that really do need love though. Like there are some tanks that are desperately underpowered.
Winston.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Winston feels a little bit on the low end. Zarya and Orisa, nerf them, please.
Yeah.
Diva, I also feel like needs a little bit of a nerf.
Just a little bit, though.
Sorry, Captain Cool.
I
know you play her.
It's all right, because she got nerfed plenty of times in the first game, so she's going to start out a little bit more powerful in this one. But if they took off a little bit of time on her Omnimatrix like they did before, I think she'd be back to being kind of just normal Diva.
Junker Queen, as cool as her kit is, and I really like her playstyle being like a really up close and personal, like bruiser kind of tank that really wants to get in there and fight, she really needs some help.
Yeah.
Like she's not tanky enough to really do that job well yet. Like her one ability where she speeds up, gets more health, like in a little bit more armor. That's not enough to really push her into that role yet.
Yeah, even with...
but the baseline's there.
Yeah, even with her, though, I do think sometimes she can be alive for way too long. She takes too many bullets, but I do say she's a little bit more underpowered than the other ones when it comes to actually dealing damage.
I will say, I unlocked a guy last night, and I played with him a couple of times.
Who is it?
Sigma.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I love Sigma.
Yes. So that one, once I start getting more used to the character, I think that one will replace the Roadhog in a good bit of ones that I do the tank as.
He's got a nice little ult, I will say. I only played a little bit of him when he came out, but him and what's that other... I think she was a healer, but I think she's DPS. She's the
Kiriko.
No, she's the robot thingy. She's
Oh,
the
Echo.
floating
Echo.
Yeah. When she came in and stuff like that was a huge confusion character to me. So I just never played as her. But I did get a little bit of time with her. But I just never really wanted to get into her because she seemed a lot like Sigma in the way that, and also Doomfist in the way that they have limited bullets, but they just recharge them and all that stuff. It's a bunch of weird stuff.
Sigma, I'm a really big fan of. Definitely, I feel like Sigma right now is definitely the most balanced out of all the tanks.
Okay.
Yeah.
In a very good spot. Doesn't feel too weak. He still has his whole kit from Overwatch 1. He still has the same barrier. A little bit of tweaks to give him a little bit more tankiness since now it's a one tank system, and he still fits right in perfectly. I think he's in a great spot. Doomfist needs help.
He always does.
Doomfist needs help.
Always does.
The power block is not enough. His damage is severely gone. And just being able... I mean, if you don't shoot him in the power block, he can't CC you.
Mm-hmm.
All he can do is knock you back. And if you're trying to knock back another tank, well, they already innately take 30% knockback resistance, so you're not going to get very far doing that.
Yeah.
I mean, are you going to try to dive their backline? Like, dive their Ana with your seismic slam and your dash punch? Oh, it's not powered up, so if you knock him against the wall, it's not going to do anything.
Yeah.
And now you just use your only escape to get in.
Yep, that is true. But if you know how to use him, you can get in there, do some damage, jump away, and then get out.
It's just weird that they decided to rework a damage character into a tank instead of maybe trying to go for a support and do it. Like, honestly, they could have just... I'm really scared to say this. They could have just reworked Brigitte.
Yeah. Brigitte.
And turned her into a tank.
Yeah.
But now I'm scared 2 Reinhardts?
Brigitte is very underpowered, I will say. Brigitte is very underpowered. I'm fine with her at being support, but it's just she needs some work, I will say.
It's a lot better than how she was when she launched.
I liked it when she launched because she was overpowered.
Oh, of course she did. No, I mean, she was the reason they implemented the 2-2-2 system.
Yeah, she redefined the Overwatch League, which was I just loved playing her in competitive. But let's move on from Overwatch because we'll play some of that tonight and we'll talk a little bit more about it personally. But just continue on, Bandi.
Yeah, I mean, we could talk about it for the entire show we wanted to. But EA has teased the next generation of The Sims, dubbed Project Renee or Renee.
How's it spelled?
RENE.
That's Renee.
That's Renee.
Renee.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I watch too much anime. I hear so much
Renee.
Reen.
Reen.
But they're so far away from this. Now, they've already said we are years away from this ever coming out. But it's already going to be a good foundation because they've already stated this is going to be a Sims game where it's going to act the same on all platforms it releases on. So you're going to get the same game on each one. It's not going to be like a different version between each system. So like what you get on maybe like mobile or something might be the same on PC. I don't know.
Some a little bit of Warzone stuff, Warzone 2.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised they put the Sims on mobile. I mean, that's an easy crash grab right there if they haven't already.
They've done it a few times, but never to the scale of the actual Sims games.
Yeah. Now, do we know if it's the Sims 5? We don't know. It's very, very, very early. They just gave us like, hey, we're working on a new generation of Sims. Here's just a little bit about it. That's it.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's cool. I'm cool with The Sims. I've only played The Sims 3 a little bit. Never really played 4.
Yeah. Well, do you want to know a fun fact about the project name Renee?
What's that?
It actually stands for rebirth.
Ooh.
Yeah. In French.
Rebirth Island in Sims?
Yeah. Gender neutral French name. So there you go.
Well, you know what? I feel for Mortal Kombat and NRS fans because overall I feel the 30th anniversary of Mortal Kombat could have been done a little bit more justice. It's cool that we're getting a lot of the artwork and a lot of the cosmetic pieces associated with it and all the artwork. But overall for game wise, we're getting repackaged Mortal Kombat 11 and now we're getting a story focused RPG that's going to be coming onto mobile devices in 2023. They announced it's going to be called Mortal Kombat Onslaught. Now, instantly what this reminds me of is a little game called Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. And
we know of it.
This is what you call a gotcha game. Because in its description, it says it will feature a vast roster of Mortal Kombat characters that players can collect and unleash against enemies in real-time group battles. Now, that players can collect either free to play or 99% of the time through a slot machine. I'm guilty of being a part of these games myself.
They're fun and addicting, I will say.
With popular IPs, I mean, they can make a lot of money. I mean, I play 2 Dragon Ball ones on my phone.
Yeah, I remember the Fate game that came out. My buddy had it for the longest time. He spent probably over $1,000 easily.
But they said in a quote from Chief Creator Office of NetherRealm Studios, Ed Boon, "We are pushing the boundaries of Mortal Kombat to allow players to experience the franchise in new ways while still staying true to its core, visceral nature. With Mortal Kombat Onslaught, we reimagine Mortal Kombat into a strategic, team-based collection RPG with fast-paced group melee combat that both new and existing fans can enjoy." So, I'll be looking forward to seeing some gameplay, but overall, this screams gotcha game to me.
Gotcha.
Shame.
Yep.
But again, if you're a survival horror fan, October has been nothing but great to all of us.
As it should.
Because, again, Silent Hill live stream this Wednesday. Amazing news. We get... I'm trying to think of it. Dead Space remake.
Yeah.
Callisto Protocol.
Yeah.
And I believe A Way Out. Or like A Way in the Dark or something. There's another like old survival horror franchise being remade too. But now we're also getting a Resident Evil showcase confirmed for Thursday.
Let's go.
Which it looks like it's slated. It's going to be showing off the Resident Evil 4 remake, which I am so excited for. Please put this game in my hands already. As well as the DLC that's going to be coming to Resident Evil Village, that is supposedly going to wrap up the Ethan Winters saga that happened between 7, 8, and Village. So I'm looking forward to it.
Good stuff.
It's going to explore the events of what happened after Village. If y'all haven't played it, I'm not going to spoil it. Pretty cool ending. But you know what? I'm always for more Resident Evil. Bring it on. And to wrap it up, Obsidian. Have y'all heard of this company before?
Yes, sir.
So, if you haven't, they were the ones who made the old Fallout games. So I would say 1 through New Vegas. Now, the Obsidian CEO was recently asked in an interview if they were working on a Fallout game. He said no, but they would absolutely love to. There's not a question of whether or not we would do it. It's just, will the opportunity arise? Please put Fallout back in the hands of these guys. Because what do we get? What was the last game? 76?
Yeah.
Is that the last we've heard from them?
Yeah, 76 wasn't good.
No.
Well, we did get they did talk about doing the French game. I think it was like it's in
French game.
It's supposed to be in France or something, like an apocalyptic France. Let me look it up. Continue talking. I'll talk about it.
But regardless, Fallout, New Vegas, and 3 are generally regarded as the best in the franchise. And honestly, I would even put 2 up there. I love Fallout 2. I still like its old point-and-click style, and you had like the PNGs of the characters talking. That would kind of give them like a really unique look.
I've never really been a guy that got into the game too much, I will say. I tried to play New Vegas, just didn't do it for me, and I was a little sad about it because everybody used to talk about how fun it was. It was interesting setting, but other than that, just never really got into it.
Yeah, I remember going on a quest because you go and get like a platinum chip, and then I remember laying waste to a guy that was in like a cryo tube, and then apparently I gave that platinum chip to a robot, and now he took over all of Vegas. I think that was one of the endings, and then one was like Caesar's Legion, and then you fight like on the Hoover Dam.
Something
good times.
Like that, yeah,
good times. I mean, that was Fallout 3.
So there is a game. It's something. It might be in addition to a game. I know it's in this different world. It's like France or Paris or something like that. But we got to get a little break in here, Bandi.
You gotta get a little break.
We gotta get a little break in here.
You're right. And when we get back, we're gonna wrap up the first hour, preview the second one, and you're listening to the Afternoon Blitz.
Don't forget to bring a towel.
What's better than Valley Equipment Rental? 2 Valley Equipment Rentals, and that's just what we have now. The original on the South Memorial Parkway between Drake and Airport Road, and their second location on North Memorial Parkway just north of Winchester Road. Valley Equipment is locally owned and has more skid steers, excavators, and lifts than anyone in the area, plus all the small tools that you need to get the job done like a pro. And if you are a pro, you need to check out the new North location now because Valley Equipment has what you need. Learn more at valleyequipmentrents.com.
This is Wes Neighbors talking to Chris Haygood of Bob Wallace Appliance. Chris, what sets you apart from other appliance dealerships?
Wes, these appliances are going into the most used room in your house, your kitchen. The way we have these appliances displayed, it's easy for you to visualize how they'll look in your home. Wes, what sets us apart is the people. They're well trained. In fact, they live and breathe these appliances. And if you need service, you'll really appreciate our parts department.
Contact Bob Wallace Appliance at 256-533-2121.
Great food and the best live entertainment is what it's all about at the Furniture Factory Bar and Grill. Head to downtown Huntsville every Tuesday for karaoke on the only outdoor karaoke stage in North Alabama. Thursday night is the Valley's longest running and biggest bike night. Food and drink specials, giveaways, and live music on the patio. And the Furniture Factory menu is fully loaded with options from steaks to salads, plus a whole lot more. Featuring a weekday happy hour that starts at 3. 619 Meridian Street, downtown Huntsville, and online at FurnitureFactoryBarGrill.com.
Organizations using Salesforce know how powerful the platform is and how much time, money, and headaches it saves if it's set up right and you know how to use it. Let's face it, Salesforce is complicated and time-consuming to figure out, and a lot can go wrong now and down the road without expert help. That's why most Salesforce users work with an implementation partner like Higher Echelon, so they get the absolute most out of their Salesforce investment. Higher Echelon is a 5-star Salesforce consulting partner who won Salesforce Military Hiring Partner of the Year. President Dr. Joe Ross is retired Army who played and later coached for the cadets. He puts that experience to good use at Higher Echelon, where they pride themselves on hiring veterans. Look, not all Salesforce partners are the same. Don't put your company at risk by going with an inferior partner. Higher Echelon is the trusted partner you can count on to get you up and running and seeing returns on your Salesforce investment in a fraction of the time it would take if you go it alone. Go to higherechelon.com. That's HIGHERECHELON.com to learn more. Go higher and go Army.
If you run a business, whether you're in plumbing, HVAC, or construction, you know that commercial vans aren't one size fits all. Some vans are too small.
We're gonna have to make 2 trips.
Others too big.
Watch the top! Watch the top!
You need a van that's just right. That's where the Mercedes-Benz Metris comes in. It's the only available mid-size commercial van with unmatched safety features, a 2,500 2-pound payload, and enough cargo space to hold over 60 sheets of 4x8 drywall. It's big enough for the job, yet it's small enough to fit in your garage. It has a service interval of up to 15,000 miles and the highest residual value in its class, according to ALG. We won't give you a one-size-fits-all van. We'll do you one better, a commercial van that's sized just right for you. The 2016 midsize Metris. Mercedes-Benz. Vans born to run.
And welcome back in to the Afternoon Blitz right here on the Tennessee Valley Blitz. Smokey alongside Captain Cool and the Bandi Man, taking you guys all the way to 4 o'clock this afternoon. Had a little issue with Bo Estes as he had a phone upgrade.
It just updated automatically and he couldn't stop it.
You know what? That's one thing that really ticks me off. Is, do you ever have that happen to you too at like the worst time?
Yes. Well, see, with my phone, it's always just maxed out on space, so I always have to delete 1,000 pictures before I can really do that. So yeah. Also, I wanted to say, well, he is coming on tomorrow, though.
Yes,
correct?
he will be on tomorrow.
Okay.
So we will do our little NBA reaction and preview, going like that, at least with the first day, and then we'll have RJ White from Sportsline talking NFL. So this has actually been both of y'all wheelhouses tomorrow.
I know, it's gonna be super fun, and I get to do the recap today and take my little bit of time with it, and then we get to maybe slide in something fun.
We're gonna do a spooky list.
Yeah, spooky list.
Speaking of Cubama, as we've discussed, I have found another Cubama go on right here, as this Cubammer.
Bammer.
Q-Bammer. Yes,
this Q-Bammer.
This beautiful. Cube hammer. This cube hammer has said that the goalpost that was thrown in the river needs to be measured, and rumor that it was not wide enough by the code. The one brought back was the missed field goal that went slightly right. Would have been 3 points. That's why it was torn down and thrown in the river.
Just as soon as the game was over, they tore it down and then they just brought it. That is a conspiracy right there. That is a conspiracy. Somebody go diving for it, please, and find that out for us. You know where to call us. But I wanted to say that I totally got what I was saying wrong before, okay? So Bandi was talking about Fallout, and I was like, oh, they said something about this new game that's coming out. It's Fallout London, okay? Turns out that is not a new game. It's a mod, and that's why it didn't get talked about too much. It's a mod for Fallout 4, which was the last good Fallout because Fallout 76 sucked eggs. But, yeah, I mean, it's a cool little mod you guys can play on your Fallout 4 if you guys got the... I believe... I remember them talking about mods coming to Xbox. I don't know if that ever happened with that game.
They've got console mods, but I believe this is one that's going to be really only on PC.
Yeah, I could see that.
Because there's different kinds of mods.
Yeah.
So you can download, like, weapon packs and, like, building packs and all that, but... I mean, you're downloading like whole new files.
Yeah, this is an expansive game. Like this is like a DLC-sized game that goes to Fallout 4. So you can get it on PC if you guys like that jazz. But it seems pretty cool from the trailers. It looked good enough to be a new Fallout game. Who knows? But I just wanted to say that. Just wanted to preface that because I know when I'm wrong, and I was wrong right there. I was wrong. Play Fallout 4, I guess. Go back and play Fallout 4. You got another reason to do so. But I'm excited, though, because next segment, we get to talk about a little bit of NFL football, a little bit of an NFL football recap, my boys. And then after that, we just have a whole hour of just fun, just talk about sports, spooky movies, and just if you guys, there's a lot of room for you guys to get in.
Let me make sure. Yeah, 256-576-4977 is the phone number to call the Audible and Blitz. But, yep, I've got 7 on the spooky list of spooky movies.
7?
7, yes. 7, very good number for this. And just to give you all a little bit of a hint, there's old, there's new, there's even very recent, as in within the last 3 years, of these top 7 spooky movies. And by the way, no comedies.
No comedies.
No comedies. No comedies. The fear has got to be put into you in order to make it a spooky one.
Okay. I'm one that needs to go and watch more movies because I've learned with your guys' knowledge, it really is overwhelming when it comes to the movie stuff. I got to put anime to the side. I got to put everything else to the side, and I just have to start going to the movies, watching new ones, watching old ones, and kind of just get my my mind ready for what you guys talk about every single day. But yeah, when we get back, NFL recap from this past weekend, speculations, winners, losers, all that good stuff. We're going to have some great talk about spooky movies as well as the DF3 with one Mike Honcho. That's all coming up in the second hour. Don't touch that dial because you're listening to the Afternoon Blitz.
Here's Bobby White from Woody Anderson Ford on their service department.
President's Award winner 2 years in a row. That's only given to the top 10% of Ford dealers in customer satisfaction. So we're very proud of the service department. And our body shop. If you happen to get into an accident, which not a lot of people just want to go down and see a body shop, but if you get into an accident, award-winning body shop. We have state-of-the-art paint booths back there. They're waterborne paints that we use, friendly for the environment. We've got our production system, the way things are in and out. We have the fastest cycle rate in town of getting your vehicle in, getting your vehicle out, and assured that it's fixed right. We take pictures before it's wrecked, and not only after, but we take it as we're putting the parts on. All done to above industry standards. So I'm proud of our body shop too. Don't forget our parts department. So you don't have to need parts, performance parts, or just parts if you're a weekend mechanic.
Woody Anderson Ford, located at the corner of Jordan and Sparkman, as well as Hughes Road and Madison. You can also check out the great deals at WoodyAndersonFord.com.
Are you tired of chasing a roofing contractor to show up on time, or even show up at all? I'm Sam Fleming with Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Our motto at Fleming Roofing is "We show up." Our goal at Fleming Roofing is to provide the reliable customer service that you deserve, and we have the resources to meet all of your roofing needs: residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. We are manufacturer certified for roof coatings, single-ply membranes, and asphalt shingles. Whenever you need a roofing professional you can count on, call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We are committed to finding the solution that meets your needs. We don't have quotas or heavy-handed sales tactics. Fleming Roofing, we have expert experience. We show up. Free estimates, residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. Check us out at FlemingHSV.com. FlemingHSV.com. When you need a quick response, it's Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
With us today, Dr. Tracy Lowry of Best Vein Care of Huntsville.
When we evaluate a patient and they indeed have significant venous disease, most third-party payers, private insurance, Medicare, require us to treat every patient conservatively at least 90 days. Conservative treatment includes increasing ambulation, elevation of the legs, and the wearing of compression stockings. It's very common for folks to come see us in March or April wanting to have their veins fixed before they go into swimsuits starting in June. When we see someone in March or April, they're going to require at least 90 days of conservative treatment before we can even go to the insurance carrier to get permission to treat their veins. So if you think you have a venous problem, now is the time to come in and get a free screening so we can determine whether or not you need something evaluated. If you have a vein problem or you think you may have a vein problem, now's the time to contact us at bestveincarehuntsville.com.
This hour of The Blitz is brought to you by Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Online at FlemingHSV.com. Welcome to the evolution of sports radio.
You see, in this industry, just like in life, everything evolves.
Call 256-576-4977 to make your audible for The Blitz.
That man is playing Gallagher. Thought we wouldn't notice, but we did.
It's the Afternoon Blitz. Here are your hosts, Smokey, Captain Cool, and the Bandi Man.
Hello and welcome back, everybody. It's a Tipsy Tuesday going on here in no man's land. Welcome to the Afternoon Blitz on the Tennessee Valley Blitz Sports Radio Network. I'm Captain Cool, alongside the Bandi Man, Bailey Lowry, and behind the glass, spinning the tracks, keeping us on the airways, and also telling us about some spooky movies a little bit later. The One Smokey Mike Hahn Show.
Cubama.
All these conspiracies. If you guys want to go,
y'all are making this more fun. I love this. Let's do this more often.
Well, maybe Tennessee should beat Alabama more often. Make sure you guys find us.
Well, the dysfunction is over.
I know it's gotta be every other year. I mean, maybe every year. Find us online at theblitzsportsradio.com, on Facebook at the Blitz Sports Radio, and on Twitter at @theblitz_sports, as well as our Twitch and YouTube at WZZN TV. You can find us and watch us live in studio, talking about sports behind these big old desks. Me and Bandi sitting here just having a grand old time. And just like we're hanging out with you at your house, pretty much. Just talking about sports, talking about whatnot, having a great time. This hour is presented by Woody Anderson Ford, by the way. The best place to get the coolest cars for the bestest of prices, guys. Go down, get a nice little Ford Focus or something like that. Drive around with your friends. That's just how you got to do it, guys. Best prices, best rates, coolest cars. Okay, if you want to join in on the conversations, this is a wide open hour. Okay, you can call us at 256-576-4977. We're going to be talking about the NFL games. If you want to talk about your team and your opinions on how they did this week, this past weekend, definitely do that. We're also going to be talking about these spooky movies, and I want to know what you guys think is the best spooky movie. It's all about personal opinion, guys. I like to hear your opinions, and we like to talk about a lot of people's opinions. So we're going to be talking about some NFL sports, guys. Make sure you have that music queued up, Smokey. Do you? Do you have that music queued up?
No.
Can you get that music queued up, please? Maybe. Thank you very much, one Smokey. Now, before we got into this segment, I learned about something coming to Fortnite, and this is pretty cool, so I wanted to throw something a little cool into it. If you guys are fans of Ash from the Evil Dead series, he is now in Fortnite. And he's in Call of Duty as well and some other games. But it's pretty cool to see a guy from some classic movies as well as some more recent TV shows coming back and kind of being a popular deal, okay? I like him. I know my buddy is a huge fan of Ash. He has a pop from, the earlier days of Pops. And, he's a popular dude. And Fortnite's giving him to you for a low price, probably like $20. I don't know. But you probably get some cool little graphics to go with that as well as a really cool skin. So... Smokey, you better be queuing that music up. I'm looking over there. You're looking at all this Q Alabama stuff, this Q Bammer stuff. I love how I created a slang in the last segment.
Q Bammer.
Yeah, yes. It's a slang for my own team, but whatever. It's pretty funny to say the least, at least.
You need to talk to your Alabama brethren that just, oh my goodness, those conspiracy theories are getting more and more.
Well, I mean, a team that hasn't beat us in 15 years beat us, so obviously the world's like going, where the rapture's coming. Okay, so something's up. All right, so they're trying to figure it out. So I'll leave it to their selves to find out all the conspiracies and all the things that are true about that game. But you know what? It's all said and done. Alabama lost to Tennessee, and that's just how it goes. That's just how it do be going. Now Tennessee's third in the country, and they're looking to play up against a pretty easy opponent next week. But then they get to play up against Georgia, which is going to be a little bit more difficult.
Hold on. We got that team in blue up north before.
Oh yeah, you got Kentucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got Kentucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing.
Kentucky. It's a nice little, a little bit more of a difficult task. But I think Tennessee, the way they looked in that Alabama game and just games in the past, this season at least, they've looked pretty spectacular. So I think they'll be able to do a good number against Kentucky. But then they get to play against Georgia. Sorry, that was my bad. But for now, we're not talking about college sports. We're not talking about anything college related. We're talking about some NFL football, and that's all coming up on What's Cool.
It's getting hot in here.
Hot L. So hot in hell. Oh. That's
spicy meatball. So it's time to cool down with Captain Cool.
You know what cool is?
The Bills.
You're looking at.
Yeah. All right. Smokey might have that stuff brought up for me. I've been peeking at his screen. I'm just like looking to see.
Do what?
I'm peeking at your screen to see if you get the NFL music popped up. Because I can't do this. Oh, I see it. All right. You guys know what's going on. It just gets me in the mood, guys. First things first, we're going to take care of that Thursday night game that was disgusting. Yes, that's right. Washington versus Chicago. Spectacular, terrible game. Okay, Carson Wentz, 99 yards. Wow. Horrible. Justin Fields, 190. 1 touchdown. Terrible. I'm moving on from this game. Brian Robinson did decent, I guess. Moving on. Eagles, Cowboys. Big time rivalry right here. A classic one. Cooper Rush still getting the start. Can he do it? Well, I already talked about it. He lost this game. But he didn't do it playing bad. He had 181 yards passing with 1 touchdown, while on the other side Jalen Hurts. 155 yards, 2 pass touchdowns. Spectacular performance by him. Moving on from that game. The Eagles win 26-17. Moving on. Bills, Chiefs. Game of the week. All right, guys, this game, we've been looking forward to it for a long time, since last year's amazing playoff game. Okay, Bills, Chiefs. Bills going, they show why Josh Allen is a spectacular quarterback, but at the same time, Patrick Mahomes is just as spectacular. But let's talk about Josh Allen first. 329 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. Singletary, 17 attempts, 85 yards, and Stephon Diggs just looking absolutely amazing. Spectacular as always. 10 receptions for 148 yards, 1 touchdown. Great performance by him. But on the other side, Patrick Mahomes did one better on Josh Allen with 338 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, 9 attempts, 33 yards. Didn't really get it going. But it's all right because Juju Smith-Schuster, 5 receptions, 113 yards with 1 touchdown. That's a great game. Came down to the wire as the Bills-Chiefs games do. Bills win it 24-17. 24-20. Great matchup. Moving on to one that's a little less talked about. Not as good of a matchup because there was a little bit of drama involved. We got to see the Panthers and the Rams go at it in Los Angeles. Matthew Stafford, 253 yards passing with 1 touchdown. Cooper Kupp still looking decent this game. Not as decent as usual, but still 7 receptions for 80 yards. On the other side, Christian McCaffrey was the only thing going for the offense for the Panthers. As we know, Baker Mayfield's out. So we get to see, who's it? PJ Walker? Star XFL quarterback? Was he XFL? Yeah, he was XFL. Star. But Christian McCaffrey really showed out. Rushing attempts, 13. 69 yards. Nice. 7 receptions, 89 yards. Pretty good. Just no touchdowns for either of those. Sucks. Game ends. Rams win 24-10. That's just how it's got to be, guys. Moving on. Cardinals, Seahawks, a battle of the birds yet again. Geno Smith, still as good as always. Cardinals have lost against Geno Smith. Geno Smith had 197 yards passing. No touchdown passes. Take it easy. No touchdown passes in this game. But that's okay because Kenneth Walker, the third. That's right. There's 3 of them. 21 attempts rushing, 97 yards. 1 touchdown. Good stuff by him. On the other side, Kyler Murray, 222 yards passing, no touchdowns, but he was also a running back with 100 yards running. Zach Ertz with 70 yards in receptions. Only 7 receptions. That's 10 a reception. Quick maths, guys. And I can also say quick maths because the Cardinals are now 2-4. Seahawks move to 3-3. They win 19-9. Moving on, Steelers versus the Buccaneers. This one, a surprising matchup, I gotta admit. Okay? Steelers go in. Home game for the Steelers. Not looking too good on the season. They go into this matchup 1-4. Gross. Last in the AFC North. Behind some other really bad teams. I mean, they're not looking that good, I will say. But the Steelers do a pretty good job. Kenny Pickett gets hurt. A little upsetting, but that's okay because Mitchell Trubisky comes in. Throws for 144 yards passing. 1 touchdown pass. Najee Harris, not the best game. He's trying to get on that horse. He's trying to get going. 14 attempts, 42 yards. And then Chase Claypool really doing something for that wide receiver core right there. 7 receptions, 96 yards. 1 touchdown. On the other side, Tom Brady getting mad at his linemen. Man doesn't even show up for practice on Wednesdays. And he just leaves his team. He just leaves his team to go to Pittsburgh by himself. Is he selfish? Is he that goated that he's got to go by himself? I don't know. Either way, he's still pretty good. 243 yards passing, 1 touchdown. Leonard Fournette, 63 yards on the ground. Steelers win that game 20-18. It was a close one. Steelers probably shouldn't have won it, but they did. With some solid field goal kicking, I will say. Moving on, Falcons 49ers, another surprising matchup. Okay, the 49ers have been rocking and rolling with one Jimmy Garoppolo. And Jimmy Garoppolo, he's still impressed this game. 296 yards passing with 2 touchdowns. Quite a spectacular feat, but he couldn't have done it without his star wide receiver, Brandon Ayuk. 83 yards in the air for 2 touchdowns. Of course, 2 touchdowns. He was the man to go to. But on the other side, Marcus Mariota may not have had a better game, but he had a decent game, good enough to at least get the dub. Marcus Mariota, 129 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. And the Falcons win this one in a surprising matchup. I think it's because they're wearing their nice little throwbacks they got from the 60s, by the way. They win this game 28-14. The only points from the 49ers came in the second quarter, and they left it all there. Both teams now 3-3, moving on into the Week 7 of the NFL. Jets, Packers, yet another surprising game. And this one, in Packers territory. That's right, Zach Wilson, the MILF Hunter, might not have done too much, but he had 110 yards passing, where Bryce Hall showed out. Very nice game. 20 attempts, 116 yards rushing with 1 touchdown, and Corey Davis, 52 yards. That was definitely Zach Wilson's main guy. He was just throwing it to him. Only 2 receptions, though. Can you believe it? Aaron Rodgers on the other side, Another guy who's probably getting a little irritated with his team. He's been irritated this whole season. 246 yards passing, 1 touchdown, and the running game's just not existent. And it's upsetting because I have a few of the running backs on my fantasy team. A.J. Dillon was the one that actually got the ball, and I didn't have him in. He had 10 attempts for 41 yards. Nothing special. And I will say, Packers uniforms looked so good. So good. But they didn't show out. They didn't do what the Falcons did and win in their nice throwback uniforms. But Robert Tonyan, okay, who I should have had in, did a great job being the only receiver that really got the ball. And he's a tight end. It just did not. Aaron Rodgers is just running out of targets, okay? 10 receptions, 90 yards. Moving on. By the way, the Jets win that game 27-10. Wow. Defense is non-existent too. Moving on. Browns, Patriots. Guys, I don't know how many games I could sit through. How many Browns games I could sit through until I'm just sick of it. All right? I'm getting up to here. And you know what? I'll be back in my seat next
How old are
weekend.
you again?
I am 22.
You've lived Brown's life since you were born.
Yeah.
You can still continue.
I can continue. I know. That's why
the
I said.
good Lord will not put anything on your plate that you cannot be able to handle.
It's getting to the point where I'm looking at Tom, okay, over sitting in his chair, and I'm just like, are the Browns ever going to win a Super Bowl in this man's lifetime? And it makes me really sad. But that man's going to be kicking for a long time, knock on wood.
Hey, there have been fan bases that have not been able to live to see their team win.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Like the Cubs and the Red Sox or even the Detroit Lions.
Still, though, this is the NFL, man. You know, there's a little bit more diversity in the teams winning. And you know what? I mean, speaking of teams that make it not diverse when it comes to winning Super Bowls, the Patriots. Bailey Zappi. I was almost happy that this guy was coming in to start for this team. But no, he throws 309 yards against this god-awful Woods defense. Terrible. 2 touchdown passes from him. It was just disgusting. And you know what? The run defense, terrible too. Ramondre Stevens. Man went off on the team. It just always happens. Man had 19 attempts, 76 yards, 2 touchdowns. They were just running the ball. They were throwing the ball. They literally were doing everything. On the other side, Jacoby Brissett, 266 yards passing. You know what? He was actually throwing it down the field. And you know what? I was sad that he was because he was throwing interceptions. 2 interceptions from him, 1 touchdown. Nick Chubb couldn't churn like he usually does. Only had 56 yards rushing. No touchdowns by the beast himself. And you know what? This stat right here, it's a good one, but it's also a sad one. Donovan Peoples-Jones, 4 receptions, 74 yards. That shows you that they're passing too much. Nick Chubb, you need at least 20 rushes a game. I don't care if Kareem Hunt's on the team and he's rushing as well. Nick Chubb needs to be rushing more, okay? Patriots just constantly they ran away with this game after the second half, or after the first half. 14 points in both the third and the fourth quarter. 38-15. The Browns looked terrible in this game. Terrible. Horrible. Moving on. Vikings, Dolphins. I'm going to wait for this other song to come. Let's just chill. There it is. We're off. Okay, Kirk Cousins, 175 yards, passing with 2 touchdowns. Man knows how to cook, but he doesn't know how to cook if he didn't have the cook himself. That's right, 13 attempts rushing for 77 yards, 1 touchdown. Justin Jefferson, 6 receptions, 107 yards. It was the team just all coming together right there. On the other side, Teddy Bridgewater got the play, got the start. No, he didn't get the start, did he? That Stevenson kid was in there. And you know what? He got injured too. So many kids, so many guys. Teddy Bridgewater came back from injury, and he was able to thankfully pick up for the team, because if not, I don't know who the Dolphins would be calling to. But yeah, Teddy Bridgewater played, 329 yards passing. Pretty decent, 2 touchdowns. Tyreek Hill, kind of like the main guy he was going to, with 12 receptions, 177 yards. You got to spread out the field a little bit more than that, and that's why the Vikings are now 5-1. 24-16. Dolphins dropped that one. Now they move to 3-3. We got to have Tua back. This team was looking spectacular. Tua is gone. Now they look like absolute dog butt. Depends on what butt you're looking at, because it could be cute, could be... Moving on. Colts and the Jaguars. This would probably be a great Thursday night matchup. Am I right, Bandi?
Yeah, we'd actually get it. We'd actually get a game that goes above 50 total points.
Yeah, this is using terrible well together, and you know there's going to be some scores, okay? This game surprised me a lot. Jaguars didn't come out and do, what people have thought the Jaguars would start doing. They just underperformed. They had 3 touchdowns, okay, in 3 separate quarters. It was gross. It was just a gross game. Trevor Lawrence, 165 yards passing, 1 touchdown. It just wasn't there for him. But Matt Ryan, on the other hand, 389 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. They made this guy look like he's a Hall of Famer. Did this guy win a Super Bowl?
Yeah, I mean, if you have Matt Ryan on your fantasy team this week, I mean, props to you.
Yeah, spectacular. I don't know.
Probably won.
Yeah, I don't know a lot of people who would want that, but you know what? He did really good.
I did win.
Yeah, you did.
He was on my bench.
Oh. How many points did he get it?
33.
33? That's not bad. It's not as good, though.
If I put him ahead of Tommy Boy, that would have been, I would have made it worse on you.
Yeah, he would have. And he didn't get this. He didn't even have a kicker on his lineup. His kicker was on bye.
I told you I wasn't going to play a kicker.
Yeah.
And I was still going to beat you.
Yeah.
Just like Tennessee beat Alabama.
Did that actually happen?
It actually happened.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
My team's really bad.
And now I got the Tom.
Yeah, my team's bad, guys. I'm sorry. All right. I can't get the butter churning on my side.
I feel sorry for your mom, though.
Why? She lost the crawdad?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was pretty funny.
No.
She was very upset about it, but still, I mean, she started like 5-0. So, I mean, that's not bad. I would say that's not bad at all. But Matt Ryan had a pretty spectacular game, but he couldn't have done it without Michael Pittman. Can't do it without Michael Pittman. 134 yards of receptions. And they just ran away with that game. I mean, it was a close one, though. It was a close one, but the Colts looked like they were doing the better football. I will say that one. Again, 34-27. That's the end of that one. Colts moved to 3-2-1, actually looking like a decent team now. Okay, maybe if they don't play the Broncos, they'll have some fun games. Moving on. Bengals, Saints, let's go. Joe Burrow, 300 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. What are you laughing at?
You and your Bengals, Saints, let's go.
On the other side, a quarterback that used to play for the Bengals, Andy Dalton, 162 yards passing, 1 touchdown. And let me tell you guys, I really wanted the Saints to win this one. They were ahead in the second quarter, but they just couldn't hold on to the win. They just couldn't score touchdowns in the second half. It led to the Bengals winning this one. And Alvin Kamara, by the way, had a pretty spectacular game. 19 attempts.
Finally.
99 yards. It's good, but I mean, when you look at the other team, you got Jamar Chase receiving 132 yards pass, 2 touchdowns. Spectacular stuff by there. Giants, Ravens, moving on next. Lamar Jackson did a decent job being Lamar Jackson, 210 yards passing, 1 touchdown. Didn't get to run as much. Guess who actually was the rushing leader in that game?
Who was that?
Kenyon Drake. Yeah, welcome back to the league, Kenyon Drake.
All right.
You freaking came out of nowhere again. Kenyon Drake, 10 attempts, 119 yards rushing with a touchdown. Man looked really good, I will say. He doesn't look as fast. He looks a lot taller now, though, than he used to, at least on the Alabama squad. That was a long time ago. But you know what? That's the only time I really remember him, because he didn't do anything on the Dolphins, didn't do anything in Arizona, didn't do anything for the Raiders. That's just how it is. Mark Andrews was the only wide receiver that Lamar Jackson could really get to. 7 receptions, 106 yards, and 1 touchdown. On the other end, Daniel Jones coming in clutch. Danny J, I guess. 173 yards passing with 2 touchdowns. Saquon Barkley still doing some big stuff. But this man's actually getting rushes. 22 attempts, 83 yards, 1 touchdown. Just keep handing the ball off. Why not? New York Giants win that one, move to 4-1. Ravens fall to 3-3. Score 24-20. Moving on to last night's matchup, the Broncos and the Chargers. Now I know we have some games, some teams are on a bye, but this one, They should have both been on a bye, because I didn't want to watch this, okay? And I've talked about it a little bit, but let me tell you, Russell Wilson looking a little bit better, looking a little bit more comfortable on that Broncos team, okay? 188 yards passing, 1 touchdown, and Jerry Jeudy, 3 receptions, 54 yards. I will say this, I'm pissed off at myself for not putting Jerry Jeudy in, because you know what? He was my last chance at actually beating Smokey Mike, and I would have if I had him in. I'm upset at myself, and I'm also upset with Austin Eckler, because he had 14 attempts for 36 yards. That's modest, A touchdown, though, which kind of pushed Smokey ahead of me, and that kind of nailed in the coffin for me and put me into the ground. Justin Herbert, 238 yards passing. Not too much from him. And then Palmer with 57 yards. It was a decent game, but the Chargers win that one 19-16. I did not like it. I'll be honest, Bandi. Yeah, it's just stop.
Just a sludge of a game. Just a slog.
Stop doing it, But it was kind of cool though. Hopkins was kicking injured, and it was pretty badass from him. He's falling down every single time he kicked the ball, but and he looked pretty spectacular on those kicks. He was making all of them, so he just did a great job for that team. The Chargers literally had him just kicking field goals after the first half with 3. That's right. He had 3 field goal attempts after the first half. That's all she wrote, guys. We got a caller, so let's hop on that. That's the NFL recap. Let's get into it. Who do we got on the lines right now?
Oh, Brandon has decided to join us. Brandon, good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Brandon.
I was sitting here doing a little reading, and I saw something, and I said to myself, sometimes you see something and you say, that would fit in on that show. Like
okay.
I see stuff, and Father Abraham, there's stuff that fits on his show, stuff that fits with Drew. But this one, I said, this is Blitz material.
All right, let's go for it.
Okay.
What do we got?
I'm looking forward to this.
BBC Sports, Emma Jones, says that her boobs are so big that they honk the horn when she gets in and out of the car.
I feel like that's like a your mom joke. Your mom's so fat that she honks the horn when she gets in the car.
No, this girl is 5.
All right.
Oh, Lord.
Bandy's looking her up right now. I have to attest to this. Let me see. See.
Brandon, Paige Perenak, is she on that level?
Yeah, she's right there in that category.
Oh, but that's all I need.
Things are getting steamy. I wanted your opinions on the game, but now I wanted your opinion on women. Let me take a look.
He was in Knoxville. He was at Neyland.
You were there? That's spectacular.
Oh, yeah, I was there. I bought tickets back in August. I bought 5 tickets. I went with some friends of mine that are retired from the military.
Heck yeah. Well, that's awesome. By the way, I'm looking at this woman you're talking about. I could see why she has problems getting in her car and driving around. That seems like a hassle right there.
I said, that's a Blitz material. That's not a Abraham. That's not a Drew and Scott.
It's a young Abraham. It's not the old Abraham.
I'm glad you could find the demographic to put it on. That's just the greatness of our sister station and our station. We just have such a vast group of people just doing different shows. And you know what? Over here at the Blitz, the Afternoon Blitz, we talk about a lot of guy talk. We talk about a lot of gaming. We talk about a lot of sports. But you know what? We love to hear from the listeners, and especially you, Brandon. And we appreciate bringing this to our attention because this is some pretty big news.
Well, yeah, big news. I guess if we had to put some letters on it, the letters D and D would probably be the first abbreviation. But the
D squared?
D squared.
Sorry, what were you saying, Brandon?
I listen to y'all talk about video games from time to time in the afternoon, and most of what you talk about, I don't have a clue in the world what it is. I don't. But it gets me thinking about other things. So I get on eBay and do a little shopping.
Ooh.
So I got on today, and I bought Kung Fu for original Nintendo.
Kung Fu?
I bought a game called Wrecking Crew that I've never heard of. I don't know how it made it by me. But I bought that one and bought one called Hogan's Alley. This shoot-up game. I got them all for like $30. So if y'all do your talking about games and stuff, it kind of reminds me. So I get on there and I'm trying to find some older stuff that we play when we take the camper out. But at least the younger Abraham's not smashing mom's plates stuff and busting their coffee mugs.
I'm a good boy. But what video games do you want us to talk about, or at least what games do you like to play?
Well, he would probably like to hear about the 37th anniversary of the Nintendo NES releasing today.
Okay, so you like a lot of those older games.
I like what I know, and I don't know a lot of the new stuff. I just know that my kid wants a PS5, and he said it's $700, and I just looked at him. And that was kind of the end of that conversation.
Brandon, a little bit of advice. This might actually benefit. Take a look at the Xbox Series S. It is a next gen, but it's also it's all digital, so no need for disc or anything like that. But you're going to have to rely on internet and all that stuff. But it's only like $250.
Mm-hmm.
And also Game Pass.
Well, I may have to take a look at that. When he was just into the Fortnite thing, we were good.
Okay. There you go.
He's got the laptop going, looking at the laptop while he's trying to play the games on TV. And he's like, "Well, you have 3 TVs in the living room watching football games." I was like, "Yeah, but I'm not watching somebody play a video game while I'm trying to play a video game. I was like, I don't have that much brain power.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, whenever you gift him that Xbox, which we don't know. I hope that your kid's not listening to this. Actually, I hope that he is.
Well,
but,
we're all
but still,
I'm still trying to find somebody to talk to in Microsoft.
we're Xbox guys, and we can definitely vouch that Xbox might be the way to go. Okay, especially with those prices.
We may delve into that. My buddy Brandon Wood told me, he said, I have a video game, he said, that he found. He went to his parents over the weekend. He said, I found a video game you'll like. And I said, well, what is that? And he said, 10-Yard Fight. And I said, what is that? I was like, I don't remember that. And I was wondering, have y'all ever heard of that game?
I have not.
I haven't either.
10-Yard Fight. Is that the is that the football game?
It's not the electronic football.
No. Is that the football game? Can you fight people in it though? I know it's probably just me observing the name a little bit, but I think I remember what you're talking about.
No, it just basically looks like a bad version of Tecmo Bowl.
Brandon.
I wonder if it's as fun as Arch Rivals.
I wonder. Yeah, it might just be the Tecmo Bowl. I don't know, just a different type of game. But look, eBay gave it a 4.6 out of 5. So
yeah, it was the very first football game on the NES because it was released in 1983.
Wow, pretty cool.
Yeah, me and Smokey Mike were probably the only two alive during that time.
Actually, I was still a tadpole. I was born in '85.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize I was older. Okay. I was born in 82.
But at least Brandon can relate to some things. Like Brandon, unlike some of these bammers that can go on, have gone through the DeBose and the Shula days, so he understands how this is.
Understandable.
And as far as that game the other night, I told people about 14 of those 17 penalties were legit calls. I hate it, but they were.
Mm-hmm.
I had Tennessee fans looking at me. I'm like, no, that's a penalty. They looked at me like I was crazy. I said, no, it's all sides. They grabbed the guy on pass interference.
Mm-hmm.
There were 3 calls where I thought they were crap, but you're going to get, out of 17 penalties with these referees, if 3 of them are bad, that probably is really not bad. It's just that pass interference is so subjective from person to person. Mm-hmm. Without a really hard definition. They can make it's holding whatever they want.
Mm-hmm.
Crackback blocks, blindside blocks, all that stuff, they either fit a definition or they don't. And Alabama Jahmyr Gibbs could have caught the ball on second down. They could have kicked the field goal. They could have not touched the ball that was on the ground and gave it back to Tennessee. Any number of dumb mistakes in that game that could have kept you in the driver's seat could have not been committed, and you could have still won the football game even in sloppy motion. So, no, I don't look at the referees and say the refs cost us the game. I think they were bad. I think they were incompetent. When I'm sitting here trying to figure out why are we on a 6-minute break and the ticker on the sideline says 3rd down and the TV says 4th down, what's going on here? Because they couldn't even figure out what down it was. Yeah, that's pathetic. But that's not why Alabama lost that football game. They went down 28-7. They crawled back into it and still could have won it. You lost it because you didn't have discipline and you didn't know how to figure out how the hell a guy keeps catching the ball and going straight to the end zone on number 2 every time he gets it. If you can figure out about 4 things right there, you win the ball game, despite all that. So all those people that want to say, oh, well, we lost the football game because the refs screwed us, they didn't make you jump offside. They didn't make you cause delay a game. They didn't do any of those things. They did it to themselves, and you got to fix it. And starting to me, the 2 people that's got to go, Pete Golden's got to go. He's not a stunner. He's not a killer. He does not put a hard edge into people, I don't believe, and I don't believe Freddie Roach does it either. I feel like at the end of the year, those 2 guys need to go, and they need to be replaced by somebody that's good X's and O's, but they need to have a very nasty attitude and a big pair. That's what you got to have if you want a defense to be mean. And I don't see that in either of those 2 guys.
Well, solid take by one Brandon. I have to admit, I thought I was listening to a radio show for a second right there. Thank you very much. We're gonna hop into a break. Thank you, Brandon. We can't wait to hear from you again. But when we come back, we're gonna go over our little bit of a spooky movie little thing. So, Brandon, if you want to call back, you definitely can. You guys are listening to the Afternoon Blitz.
I'm a firefighter.
A teacher.
I'm a farmer.
I'm a barber. a waitress,
a mom.
We're all part of your community.
Every day we move in and out of each other's busy lives.
It's easy to take for granted all the little moments that make up our everyday.
Some are good, others not so much.
But that's life. It's when you experience a moment of uncertainty.
Something or someone's behavior that doesn't seem quite right.
These are the moments to take a pause.
Because if something doesn't feel right, it's probably not.
It's not about paranoia
or being afraid.
It's about standing up and protecting our communities.
One detail at a time.
Because a lot of little details can become a pattern.
We
trust our instincts.
Just like you should.
Because only you know what's not supposed to be in your everyday.
So protect your everyday.
If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
Are you in the market for a recreational vehicle? Do you want to get out and see more of this beautiful country? Well, imagine hearing the laughter of your little ones enjoying gooey s'mores by a cozy campfire and making lasting memories with your friends and family from the comfort of a new camper. We can make your dreams come true at Hall's RV. With over 15 years in the camping business, we know how to get our customers into the perfect camper. We have several models and floor plans here for you to choose from, both new and used. We're family owned and operated with fantastic deals and great service. Everyone wants to work with people they can trust, so come on down to Hall's RV and get the deal of a lifetime. We'll treat you right and get you on the road in the camper of your dreams. Visit us on Highway 431 in Albertville. Hall's RVs, where we sell fun. Or see us on the web at www.hallsrvsales.com.
Bailey Custom Boats. We knew our boats were special when we would stop at any outdoor store to stock up on supplies for a boat trip, only to come back out to the parking lot and see people standing on and around our boat and a confused sales rep telling them it's not for sale and they don't even have that type of boat. Fast forward a few years, and now you can buy your very own one-of-a-kind Bailey Custom Boat. We hand-cut our wood from cypress we pull from the river in Mississippi. There's a lifetime warranty on the bill, faster and more maneuverable like a ski boat, and better fuel mileage than any pontoon on the market. With 350 horsepower, a Bailey Custom Boat will go 0 to 60 in about 6 seconds. And our custom boats are Coast Guard approved for offshore and virtually unsinkable. We'll be showcasing our custom boats at different lakes over the next few weeks. Find out where at BaileyCustomBoats.com. On YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. We're taking orders now for 2023 delivery from April to May. You gotta pay to play. BaileyCustomBoats.com.
What's the matter, honey? Can't sleep?
Ugh, it's this heartburn. At night, it's the worst.
Heartburn? Again?
Yeah, I'm done with it. I'm going to kick acid with Rolaids.
Rolaids Advanced goes to work instantly for powerful relief of your worst heartburn, bloating, and gas.
Feeling better?
Much better.
That was fast.
Mm-hmm.
Kick acid and gas with Rolaids Advanced.
And welcome back to the Afternoon Blitz right here on the Tennessee Valley Blitz Sports Radio Network. Smokey alongside nobody.
I mean, I'm here.
Hi, Bandi. I don't see anybody. Look.
Welcome back.
He sure as hell. That dude sure as hell. Got the Bruno Mars look going on in the commercial break going right there.
my elbows are all
Twitch.tv.
I was crawling on the ground. My elbows now have rug burn. Tell him everything.
But Twitch.tv/WZZNTV. Also, you could check out WZZNTV on YouTube by searching 977 ESPN The Zone. Facebook, The Blitz Sports Radio is the page you need to go like. And then at Twitter, at the Blitz_sports is the account that you need to follow. Now, I've been holding on to this for like 2 weeks.
It's true.
2 weeks. And now it's finally this is the exact reason why why you got to over prepare, because there are some things that are not exactly time sensitive that you can go into a situation like, well, Bo Esses of NBA TV and NBA.com had a little bit of an issue with his phone earlier when we had the scheduled time. We're having him tomorrow at 2:25 to preview the NBA season. Tomorrow we're also going to have RJ White in a sports line giving you your NFL picks, which he is still rocking and rolling throughout the way, and I got to make sure I print that out in a timely manner for you two tomorrow. So, it's spooky season. And spooky season, I bring out my spooky movies. Now, stuff like Hocus Pocus, which I consider a top-tier Halloween movie, is not on this particular list because it is more of the humor aspect of it. When spooky, I want scared. I want as in like poop like going shaking, through you.
Yeah, shaking in your boots.
Exactly. So I present to the both of yous my spooky list.
Do we have like spooky ambience
Bandi?
music? Find some scary little music in the background. I will say, Hocus Pocus, though it is a great movie.
Hocus Pocus 2 is actually pretty fun.
Yeah, it's like with Scary Godmother, how they're spooky movies in the way that they're Halloween themed. They have the vibes. The vibes are correct.
Nightmare Before Christmas, I would consider a Halloween movie, but since some people would debate that as a Christmas movie, I am not even putting it in. No. And also, I didn't put any animated. Ones in there, so you're not seeing your Hotel Transylvanias, which that wouldn't even hit the spooky season anyway.
Would you say Monster House would hit maybe?
Possibly.
Or Paranorman?
Paranorman. Oh no!
But I got your music for you whenever you're ready.
All right, hit the spooky.
It's like it's an ad.
Oh, I like it. Just a little bit down.
Sounds like mob music.
All right, so for spooky season, I present to you, in no particular order, the top 7 spooky movies. I'm just going to go 7. I've got The Omen.
The Omen?
The original Omen.
Oh.
So the one that was made in the 1970s.
So first things first, okay. Smokey, have you watched this movie?
Oh, hell yes, I have.
Okay. So, let me see.
Now, here's the thing. This movie has lore. Yeah, lore is about the right thing because now it has caused a name where if people hear that, people will not name their kid Damien because of a movie like this.
Okay.
So it's kind of like what came before. Because they did another. Sinister. Was that it?
I'm not exactly sure, but they also did a remake for The Omen in 2006.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't know they did a remake for it. I just know there's another movie that seems kind of like The Omen, kind of like a spiritual successor.
Is this kid driving a car?
No. Yes.
Sinister.
Oh, no. But the Omen is also starring one Mr. Great Gregory Peck as the father of Robert Thorne going on, and Damien, who's played by Harvey Stevens.
So I'll say
But this also the IMDb, why are you doing this? Mysterious deaths surround an American ambassador. Could the child that he is raising actually be the Antichrist, the devil's own son?
So give us a little bit of how you feel about this movie, because me and Bandi, I guess, Bandi, have you seen this movie? No,
I haven't seen it.
We haven't seen the original.
Now, you guys, how familiar are you guys with 70s horror movies?
Slightly. I know vibes can be pretty spooky, but tell me how this one is.
This one is got you into all spooky feels right there, as they do very good deception camera work. And then the one in particular scene that really puts it over the top is the babysitter, who is professing her love. I wouldn't say love, but her following the child, Damien. And then she decides to jump and hang herself.
So does this kid just lead to people killing themselves, or anywhere this kid is?
Any type of death.
So, okay. So people, I see the hanging woman right now. So yeah, it looks like a very unsettling movie, I will say.
It is very unsettling.
Tough to get through, but it looks pretty good. I'll say I might watch it first.
Number 6 would be a favorite for a lot of new people, or not new people, but more people in my age range, as it is the original Scream.
Yes. I love the original Scream.
Ghostface coming out, and granted, there is some comedy bits going on in that, but this one is there's going to be some comedy in all horror. And if you learn the whole horror movie lessons, what do you not do in a horror movie?
Run away from the pack.
You don't get singled out. You don't have sex, and you don't do drugs.
Yep.
Or if you show boob, you're dead.
Yeah. So one thing I've always been kind of just like off with Scream was I got it mixed up with the original Scary Movie because the main character, and I don't get it all mixed up because of how that character is in that movie, but I do get it mixed up because I've never watched the original Scream. So is there like comedy? Like, does he talk, or like what's going on with the actual antagonist?
Ghostface?
Yeah, he calls you.
Yeah.
He's like I'm outside your house.
The opening scene of Scream is iconic in horror cinema because of the way it got set up with Drew Barrymore and the way that the kill finished off.
So So is it more just of like a thriller horror?
It's got a little bit of psychology in it too, because then you got Jamie Kennedy who plays Randy.
Yeah.
And he actually describes how the horror movie goes. And then if you look at Scream 2 and Scream 3, he explains how a sequel goes in the horror aspect. While in Scream 3, he explains the trilogy.
Yeah. So is this one just a bloodbath? There's a lot of blood?
There's a good bit of blood.
Okay. So tell us real quick before you move on to the next one, a little bit about how you feel about this movie.
Oh, this is top tier in my opinion.
Yeah.
And Nev Campbell, Courtney Cox, David Arquette.
Courtney Cox is in it.
Drew Barrymore was the one that died first.
There you go. A little spoiler. It's from 1996, guys.
Yeah, it's a beautiful. Number 5. An OG. Hitchcock.
Okay.
Psycho. Norman Bates.
You're talking. Okay, yeah, okay. I know which one you're talking about.
If I talk Psycho, the one thing I can always say is probably one of the most horrific scenes that a lot of people were not used to back when it first got released, with the shower scene and Norman Bates just slashing to hell.
Yeah.
With the
Yeah. So again, it's another movie I've not actually watched, but I know about a lot of the movie elements.
Of its iconic.
Of course,
elements,
yeah. So Hitchcock, I mean, he does a lot of that type of stuff where it's very similar, but this one was like, so it's like super iconic in that way. Just like, was this one unsettling, or was it just like, what type of scary was it?
For me, it's more of a thriller.
Okay.
On that one.
Horror thriller. Those are usually the best.
Back when it first got released, it was more shock and awe because nothing like that had ever been done, especially with the way that Hitchcock used music. And speaking of the way sound and all that, I go to number 4. The newest of the movies that I've got right here.
Okay.
A Quiet Place.
I have watched A Quiet Place. Okay.
I see. I would actually put that one as more of a thriller. Really, like Quiet Place 1 and 2.
It's a great spooky movie.
It is a good spooky movie.
Yeah, it's a horror thriller. I will say that movie it's very entertaining. It sticks with me. Like, the main scene that sticks with me is whenever the woman, she's a pregnant woman, she's going down the stairs and she's all alone and she steps on the freaking nail that's sticking out of the boards.
Yes.
And I'm just like, oh, dude. But the main antagonist in that reminds me a lot of Stranger Things,
right.
The Demogorgons and stuff. So whenever they showed the actual, antagonist, I was just like, but I liked the whole, like, you don't know what is coming after you.
One thing that really made this movie stand out more, and it was smart casting by having John Krasinski and Emily Blunt be together in this movie, because since they're married in real life, they can read each other's body responses better, which made that movie, up the star rating for the movie, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I remember that boy being just so annoying. I just remember him being terrible.
I mean, I'm about to say, that's what got me hooked on the movie, though, was when they were walking across the bridge and he got snatched up. I mean, that was insane, though, because it happened so quickly, and then they can't react to it, like unless they want to die, too.
Yeah, it was a cool little scene right there.
Right. Number 3, The Shining.
The Shining.
Yes.
Yes. Jack Nicholson as Johnny. Shelley Duvall as they are just staying at a hotel, basically watching it throughout the wintertime. And while Jack Nicholson reads his books, he starts losing his mind. Or not reads his books, but write his books.
I've actually, you know what? You guys are going to hate me for this one. I haven't watched the movie for this one either.
But you have at least seen the twin scene.
I know all the main scenes from it, and I've actually watched a little documentary about these guys that went to the Shining Hotel. And they checked to see if it was actually, a little bit spooky in there, and it was.
All right. So we gotta go a little quick on the number 2. Spooky season involves Halloween. I gotta put John Carpenter's Halloween in there, the OG one with Jamie Lee Curtis becoming a mainstream queen going on, and the way they ended it with Michael Myers just disappearing after the closet scene was just absolutely fantastic, and it became a true franchise for the Halloween season.
Yeah, another it's a stellar movie. It's not as good as modern movies when it is dated. Okay, it is a little dated.
Right.
But with all the other additions, it kind of just got more and more dated. You just kind of you see Halloween 2 and then all the other movies that came by after it is just But
and then last but not least, this movie I've actually seen people. I went and saw this in the theaters with my high school girlfriend, and we saw people leave the theater because it was too scary to them.
Okay.
The Ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The original Ring. Good memories.
Spooky memories.
Exactly.
I used to have nightmares from just like the
scene where she gets out of the well and goes through the TV.
Yeah, it will forever be iconic.
Yeah.
But that is your spooky season top movies.
Can we real quick throw in our favorite spooky movies just without having to explain too much of them?
We got about a minute.
At least movies that have inspired or have been a big part of our lives. So Bandi, I want to see what you think's the scariest movie at least.
I'll tell you, the only movie I've actually walked out of a theater because I thought it was too scary, the original Conjuring. Like the first Conjuring movie.
Okay.
I thought that was the scariest movie I had ever seen.
Okay. I'm going to say the Amityville Horror, but I'm not going to talk about the original. I'm going to talk about the newer one they made.
The Ryan Reynolds one, I believe?
I believe so.
Yeah, because I remember he was, that's the one.
Is that the one whenever there's they actually go into a basement and it's like this huge area with chains and stuff? And
I'm pretty sure that's it, or The Haunting in Connecticut. I get those two confused.
I do. So for the longest time, I never knew though what movie that was, but I saw it on TV and I was just like, "What the heck is that movie?" And it's stuck with my mind ever since. And then Danny told me about it, my brother, and I watched the original Amityville Horror, and now I need to go back and watch the newer Amityville Horror because it's just like. But that's spooky time for you guys.
All right. Well, we got to take a quick commercial break. When we get back, Bandi is going to assist me with a DF3. You're listening to the Afternoon Blitz.
The Blitz has been called.
This is Wes Neighbors with Philip with Eagle Insulation, and we have an announcement to make.
Yes, Wes, we are now Eagle Masonry and Insulation. Still a place to call for your installation needs, but now we offer masonry services.
What kind of masonry projects can you handle?
Wes, no job is too big, no job is too small. We can do renovations, new construction, outdoor fireplaces, fire pits, brick landscape borders.
Well, when you came out to my house, you did both the insulation and masonry at the same time. You guys did rock for me, you did brick for me, and you insulated my house. That's usually done at the same time that you're building a house.
Absolutely. It really capitalizes on two services you need at the same time, and you can get one company to handle both of those.
Philip with Eagle Insulation will come out, do your installation. He'll do your masonry. They do a great job. They guarantee your work. Check out more online at insulatedwitheagle.com and schedule your free examination today. 256-755-1556.
Thanks, Wes.
Are you tired of chasing a roofing contractor to show up on time or even show up at all? I'm Sam Fleming with Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Our motto at Fleming Roofing is we show up. Our goal at Fleming Roofing is to provide the reliable customer service that you deserve, and we have the resources to meet all of your roofing needs, residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. We are manufacturer certified for roof coatings, single-ply membranes, and asphalt shingles. Whenever you need a roofing professional you can count on, call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We are committed to finding the solution that meets your needs. We don't have quotas or heavy-handed sales tactics. Fleming Roofing, we have expert experience. We show up. Free estimates, residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. Check us out at FlemingHSV.com. FlemingHSV.com. When you need a quick response, it's Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
Oh, it's nice to do the Star-Lord for the end of the afternoon blitz, huh, boys?
Yeah. I like it.
By the way, Captain Cool is going to be happy once I report this. It's the bottom of the second in New York City right now, and it is 4-0.
Oh, yeah.
Yankees.
I'm watching. It just got 4-0.
I don't think your dad will be calling him Mike anytime soon. After, by the way, Mike I'm referring to is Giancarlo Stanton with the 3-run blast in the first inning right there. All right, Bandi. Let's have a little fun since you are an NBA guy like
ladies and gentlemen.
Let's do it.
Like myself. Well, I don't know. I consider myself a jack of all trades, master of none. We'll just put it that way. So, Bandi, you have a showdown for the first game that's going to be on TNT tonight. Sock it to me.
Okay, so you're talking about the Golden State game, right?
Oh, you got Golden State of L.A., or did you have Philly and Boston?
Well, we got both.
Well, which one did you do first?
L.A. and Golden State.
All right, well, you do the L.A. Golden State one.
Okay, so what I got, Steph Curry as the prime player.
Your 1.5 multiplier.
Yeah, the 1.5 multiplier. Because you got to go Steph. Patrick Beverly.
Oh, you're going Pat Bev.
I feel like he might be because LeBron's questionable. He might not even play.
Yes. Well, no, he's playing.
But not very much.
He's playing.
You might not know. Then Jordan Poole.
Oh, you're going with Poole after the contract extension that he has just signed.
Yeah, he'll still score. Klay Thompson.
Oh.
Andrew Wiggins. James Wiseman.
Wiseman's going to be one I am very looking forward to seeing how he's going to do with the health. Because, it's just killed me with some of these talk, like Chet Holmgren of the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Right.
Slim Towers are no more because Chet is too skinny. He needs to put some meat on them bones.
Yeah. You can't get bullied in the paint.
No.
You got to have some bulk on you.
And that's what I'm worried about with Victor, and that's what we're going to talk. That's one of those questions that I'm going to talk with Bo Estes tomorrow about as well. But all right, so nice, very nice play there, Bandi.
Thank you.
I'm going to go with the first game with the 76ers and the Celtics. And by the way, thank goodness this is on TNT because then NBA on TNT is bar none my wife's favorite sports program. So we'll be able to watch it without her whining or complaining because her favorite thing is EJ's Nito stat of the night at the end of the evening. But I go with the beard as my multiplier.
Okay.
I got the process. I've got Tobias Harris, the Vol for life. I got Brogdon for the Celtics, who just got traded and is doing his first game with the Celtics. I got Tibule. That's how I always look at it, or Thibault. I think that's what it's Thibault, right?
Thibault, yeah.
Yeah, Thibault. And then last but not least, Al Horford. That is my play.
I like it.
For the Philly and Boston game. The music hits, which means we are done. We'll be back in 22 hours. By the way, thank God I didn't have to do MLB because right now my total points in this Yankee game is 1.42.
Oh, no.
First place is at 50.9.
Sheesh.
Ooh. I didn't pick Mike. I didn't pick Giancarlo. That was on me. My bad. But for the captain, for Bandi, I'm Smokey. Y'all have yourselves a wonderful day, and we'll see you tomorrow.
TOC Sports has been there for you. Now, you're probably asking yourself, what does that mean? It means for more than 20 years, Alabama's largest orthopedic group has been there providing coverage and care to more schools and student athletes in the Tennessee Valley than any other group. It means whether you are the star football player, the all-region volleyball ace, or someone who hurt their knee in a weekend pickup basketball game, TOC Sports physicians are proud to have the opportunity to care for all your orthopedic needs. It means for parents,